But we had a sit-down with the former governor of Akpabio State and the senator, a sitting APC senator, who was the former minority leader, and the senator, former member of the PDP. We had a sit-down with him. He's aggrieved about what transpired in the election in his senatorial district, Senator Akpabio. And we started by asking him what his decisions are and what next steps he has. Take a listen. The right quarters to ventilate your grievance is at the court, the tribunal. Are you planning to go to?
Well, the reason why the option of court is not so totally an immediate option is the fact that in law, the result is yet to be announced. Because the 9 local governments that were announced were actually announced at the senatorial headquarters. The 10th local government was said to have been announced somewhere in another senatorial district in Uyo, probably in a hotel room or in the INEC head office. So that does not hold water.
Because I understand that was done because of security.
No. Because of the fact that they mutilated it and attempted to make me to fail. So the Commissioner of Police and the other security agencies said, if you carry this thing to the senatorial district of Senator Akpabio, the former governor of Akpabio said, and the South coordinator of APC to go and announce, we can't guarantee security because they already have the copies of results. Even the observers, the international observers, the various agents, and the coalition officers had already made available the 10 collated local governments. So the announcement was a formality. They announced 9 already. And because so this 10th one that was now being tampered with, and then of course with a lot of other mutilations. These people said, if you go back after these 9 had been announced, you have now mutilated about 2 to 3 out of the 9 announced, and the international community knows, and they also have copies. How do we explain to the populace that, oh, we brought this thing back to the INEC office and you mutilated them, and then you are going to announce? Why would it be different from what they already had? So this is where they said, if you go back there to go and change, that you have gone to Uyo to change, to go and announce something else, then we won't be able to guarantee the reaction of the people.
Because so, the allegations were that you and your people held some of the officials hostage.
No, I wasn't even there.
I mean, that in fact you stormed the INEC office.
No. Oh my
God. The collation center. Those are the allegations.
The allegation is from the pit of hell.
Well, you are the
I wasn't even there.
That allegation,
I wasn't there.
There were pictures of you when you were approached there in a Hilux.
Approached where?
At the collation center.
No, I approached the collation center of one of the local governments in Oruwanam where there was problem, where PDP stormed the place to go and they took over and they were doing the collation themselves. So when I was told, I ran down there to attempt to rescue the people, but what happened was a different ballgame. Somebody phoned the woman who was the EO, and she started wailing and shouting that and all that. She was on the floor. Then she pleaded with me and said, please, sir, they think that you are coming to disturb. They said we should work with PDP, so I had to leave. We have the videos and all that, but that is not important for now. The reality is that in the center where these announcements were being made, once in a while, that center is also the center that is in charge of Ikotekpene local government area, but it also operates at the senatorial headquarters. So at the senatorial declaration of the results, I wasn't present. And there was no problem at all. It was very peaceful, and people were clapping, and they had finished 9, and they were about to do the last one, and then now pronounced me as the winner, when suddenly one of them disappeared. The police report is available, disappeared to Uyo. So after waiting for 4 to 5 hours, they had to adjourn and said the next day, they will now declare my victory. And so surprisingly, at Uyo, in the Resident Electoral Commissioner's office, mutilations occurred. And the papers you will see, clearly show the mutilations.
You have evidence to show
I have evidence. I have the entire.
To show that it was done at the INEC office.
Yes. I have the evidence.
Are you alleging that the REC, which is Mike Igini, is responsible for all of this?
I wouldn't want to mention names, but those responsible, whether the Resident Electoral Commissioner in Akpabio said or those he instructed, know the reality. My plea now is that they should announce my result.
We'll take another break. But when we return, we continue with the interview with Senator Akpabio and get you to hear his reaction on the loss of the PDP at the presidential election. You know, he was a former governor of that party and a minority leader on the platform of that party. His reactions will interest you. and some of the reactions of my guests after this break. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get the concluding portions of my one-on-one interview with Senator Godswill Akpabio. Now, the REC, which is Mike again, is responsible for all of this.
I wouldn't want to mention names, but those responsible, whether the resident electoral commissioner in Akpabio said or those he instructed, know the reality. My plea now is that they should announce my result.
You think you're a target? That's why this is happening to you?
I would think that because of my position as somebody who believes strongly that I should work for a cause I believe in. I believe strongly that the president needed to be re-elected. And I know that my people also, those who are campaigning across the state, also made mistakes. And so sometimes they will shout, oh, our next Senate president, this and that. So some feathers were ruffled, but that is neither here nor there.
There are beliefs that you may be the next Senate president should you win. That's why this is happening.
No. It's not that should I win, I won. But the problem is that how can we delay his announcement or delay his victory so that he will not be there on the 9th? But that is neither here nor there. The reality is that I'm asking for justice. I'm saying that INEC should be bold enough to do the right thing because I believe that INEC is composed of men and women of integrity. And the chairman, Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, is somebody that I know has very high integrity. I don't want this one incident to dent the image of INEC.
Senator Akpabio, are you aware that perhaps some of the troubles are not outside of your party? What you're facing right now, some in your party, some critics have said, in fact, it's from your party that this war is coming from. Are you aware?
I would say so, but why would a party that I believe so much in and work so hard for now turn to give contrary instructions? You know, and no matter where it's coming from, I think justice is justice. I believe that just like we say, hunger has no color; it doesn't even have tribe. Justice is blind. So let them give me justice. That's all I'm asking for. Let them direct that they should get back to the Senatorial district. That one local government that was left should be announced. And in fact, because it had already been collated, the result should be released. And then I should be declared the winner. And that's all I'm asking for.
If this is coming from your party, how would you feel? If you discover at the end of the day that the war against your emergence, perhaps as the Senate president, if you were re-elected into the Senate, is from your party and some members of your party, how would you feel?
I'll feel bad in the sense that I've not shown any interest to be Senate president.
But do you want to be Senate president?
I don't have such an interest. I don't have that interest to be Senate president.
But should you be elected as Senate president, would you accept?
No, because there are procedures. You know, your colleagues have to be in tandem with your thoughts, and then there has to be a consensus around them. There has to be a meeting of minds, because in law they call it primus inter pares. Every single senator is equal, so anybody is capable of being a Senate president. So I don't have that kind of ambition.
My mother never dreamt of being a Senate president.
Well, at the moment you decide to be a senator, and then they made you a Senate minority leader. It goes without saying that they could also make you a member of the leadership. Being in the leadership, it could be Senate president, it could be deputy, it could be anything. I was minority leader of the Nigerian Senate, so probably that's why some people are afraid that I may be Senate president. But for me, please inform them, Shegun, that I have no intention of being Senate president. I have not declared any intention to be Senate president. Let them just give me justice. Let them hand over my seat to me. I mean, I've been elected a senator. It will be so disappointing to my people who have turned to the APC in their thousands. The result was announced in 2019 National Assembly election results is not reflective of the huge support base of the APC. And I will tell you something. On the 9th of March, they will shock you. Those who are jubilating now will be so shocked that on the 9th of March, that state will go 80% APC. That's the truth.
Really?
Yes,
because you couldn't even deliver the states to the.
That is the point I'm making.
For the APC.
That's what I'm saying, that there was a lot of compromise here and there, and so whatever happened, the major thing is that the president has won. But if you look at it, this is a far cry from what happened in the past. I was in charge of the South-South. The president in 2015 did not have 5% of the votes in the South-South. But in 2019, it was different. No matter what happened, you look at it, you'll see that we made appreciable difference. And of course, we are well over 30%. So we could be counted amongst the states that gave the president the spread to be president of Nigeria. So I'm satisfied with that, but disappointed that they said with so much followership as far as the party is concerned, they said that loves President Buhari so much was not allowed as a result of conspiracy to bring out the votes.
Senator Akpabio, part of the deal that you signed before you joined the APC, because we understand that you signed a deal, didn't you?
No, I did not sign any deal.
You didn't come to a compromise on
no.
some of the reason why you should go to the APC?
No, I did not. I just made up my mind that there was need for me to go.
Because we understand that you had meetings before you
yes, the reason I had to,
before you decided to leave.
Before I decided to join, there was need for me to talk to, in quote, the leadership of the APC, whether they will accept me to come in and work with them. Because I had already, before the president was sworn in, I said in 2015, we had a son of the soil, President Jonathan, contesting, and we all had our choices, but God had his way. In 2019, there was need for me to take our people back to the center. The South-South region had always gone with their kith and kin in the north. And today, the Southwest is already with the north. And so there was need for me as a leader to also ensure that my people join with other leaders of the South-South to go with the center. So it was a personal decision and a generational decision, a futuristic decision.
So there were no bargaining because you were bringing some weight into the APC. You did not bargain anything?
I wish I was with you. Maybe you would have bargained for me. I did not.
No, because you're an experienced politician. Maybe part of your bargain is to become the Senate president.
No. I said I wish I were with you. You probably would have bargained for me.
So you did not agree to become a Senate president if you moved into the APC?
Why would I become Senate president when my colleagues are the ones who choose? Nobody makes a Senate president from outside.
But the party could decide.
No, the party
could make a decision and go to the floor with their members.
There was a time that we decided that we should have one lady from the Southwest as Speaker of the House. And then they went in there and they voted Tambua. Supposing we did not have the majority in the Senate, would you still be talking about Senate presidency? So anybody telling you about bargain and all those things are just talks. I joined the party to join them to bring my people from the South-South region into the center, and also to ensure the re-election of President Buhari. And I gave so many reasons, one of which because of his transformational leadership. Another is that he has given a lot of integrity to governance. Another is that he has brought discipline to Nigeria.
You were very strong critics of President Buhari.
Before he came into office, because I did not know him then.
No, but when you were minority leader, you were a very strong critic of Muhammadu Buhari.
No, I used to speak on issues. And sometimes criticisms are not meant, they don't show hatred. They are meant to redirect direction of government. So if I criticize any policy, it is for them to fine-tune and then penetrate that policy.
How do you feel that your former party is losing? Or lost the presidential?
My former party lost from the day I stepped out of it.
So it was because you left?
No, it's not just because I left. Because a big, it's like you carrying a basin of yams, and a very big yam is taken out of your basin. The basin will become lighter. So I believe the PDP became lighter when the minority leader of the Senate left. I didn't just leave, I moved. And when I moved with thousands across Nigeria.
So the fortunes of the PDP dwindled as soon as Senator Akpabio left?
Please don't report to them, don't let them know. Because if they know, they may join in the conspiracy against me. But then you assess it yourself. What do you think went wrong? The reality is that they couldn't even have defeated President Buhari anyway, even if I was there. Because of what is going on, Nigerians will want to see continuity. But of course, in spite of everything, don't take it for granted that my movement did not come with support.
That's a one-on-one with Senator Godswill Akpabio. Let's close the program now. But I have Mr. Curtis Adigba and Mr. Obun. We have less than a minute to close the program. I like your final word. Let me begin with Mr. Obun. 20 seconds, your final word on the issue of suspension. 20 seconds, please.
Well, I will say this to you, that the suspension couldn't have been more timely than this. The suspension could have been more timely than this. And having done it, I do think that the national chairman and the leadership of the party, NWC, and the National Executive Committee of APC is doing a very, very thorough job to ensure that democracy in Nigeria is not only sustained, but also sanitized.
Okay.
And I insist that Comrade Adam Susumule is a political fumigant that our generation has produced.
Mr. Adigba, your thought as an outsider from the APC in 20 seconds, please.
Well, I am old enough to know that what offends me is different from what affects me. And I want to ask the APC to be more matured in handling its internal affairs, because the local dynamics for the governorship election are different from that of the presidential election.
All right.
And so I want to see an attempt at cohesiveness rather than trying to exclude some people, by wielding the big stick.
Mr. Curtis Adigba, a political analyst and a lawyer, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And Mr. Curtis Adigba, always a pleasure having you on the show, a member and a chieftain of the APC and a former lawmaker. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on. But that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure Kimberly enjoy the rest of your evening.